We're gonna try one more time. I relocated. Can you guys hear me okay? All right, I see you guys getting in there. I was afraid that I wasn't sure how signal I'd get being where I'm at, so like I said, I'm but undisclosed location. So, yeah, sorry, I can't do anything about the background music. Just is what it is. So it's been a good week. Hey, let's hoist the glass. So, I've been through all 168 of Judge McGlinn's ruling. Takeaways on the quick. Semi-autos are protected in general. Doesn't matter if it's a pistol, shotgun. Magazines up to 30 rounds are protected. Registration is a no-go. Accessories and parts are protected. Let's talk about a couple of things here. And for those of you who didn't get it before, is in honor of the fat electrician. So if somebody knows him or wants to tag him and let him know, I'm a fan. More to it. First off, FFL Illinois, Aurora Sportsman's Club, Second Amendment Defense Education Coalition should be given big kudos for fighting and demanding that registration be argued in this case. If you look at, so you got Langley, Barnett, FFL, and I forget who the other one is, but every other case argued that guns and magazines, and FFL and the guys who are behind that lawsuit, including me, all argued, one, we should go after guns and parts, start to establish the right to repair, and I'll answer questions. It is not. It is not. This is a blanket the law for everybody. It's being appealed and it's stayed. But let me get back to it. They went after a right to repair to get that on the books, and they tackled registration. And they were the guys that forced them back in on a hearing on registration to try to get an injunction. And the state's not contesting standing at this point, and the judge pretty much threw out and said the result standard was the standard. All right. So with all of this, we won a lot. A couple of things that we didn't get. So grenade launchers, imagine that, protected. And if you read Judge McGlinn's writings, he wrote what I consider to be the bang versus boom theory. Bang is when you fire a rifle at an object. Boom is a hand grenade going off. With a hand grenade, you can't control the collateral damage. You don't aim a hand grenade. So he kind of took a similar approach to machine guns. That machine guns are posed in area. It's an argument for another day. 50 BMGs, I think he applied the wrong test insofar as he said that not self-defense firearms. They're too big, they're too unwieldy, and that's the wrong test because the test should be lawful purposes. You want guns as if they're doorknobs or stamps or Hummels? Doesn't matter. It's lawful purposes. That's the test. not this bullshit made up, must be used in self-defense. That is the absolute pinnacle of everything. But could I use one in self-defense? Well, what's coming at me? Are people in the armored cars or in vehicles coming, with V-beds coming at me? Okay, self-defense gun. But point is, so belt feds, 50s, and he was unsure of mags over 30 rounds. Okay, not perfect, but we got 90%, and I'll take 90%. I thought he wrote a decision that was going to be hard to decide from his legal rationale. He spent a lot of time going through the dissenting opinions and Heller and the other things. And what I find ironic, and shout out to Rhonda Ezell, because I have argued building off of the Ezell case law and how it is very beneficial to us to compare and other things. But he cited Ezell at least once that I counted. But then the coup de grace, he cited Sotomayor's comments about AR-15s are in common use at least 4 times. Here, he just gave the left the greatest colonoscopy that there is. I don't know where the music came from, whatever. But it's hard for me to answer questions doing it this way because I'm not real, let me see, I'm real used to doing this, so yeah, the 7th Circuit does not reveal who's on the panel until that morning. It is what it is. So the question is, this is going to be a comeback panel with Viramontes next week. We're going to draw a whole new panel. Is Easterbrook going to be on the panel? I mean, we know we're getting, if it's a comeback panel, we get at least one new judge. Let's see. I'm probably going to go down for the hearings, and it's going to be real interesting to see what that looks like. Because Viramontes is being handled by the same people that are handling the Snopes case. But Viramontes has none of the record. I mean, I don't think the Viramontes decision was 25 pages. And Judge McGlinn wrote 168. Take it for what it is. But I will still take Judge McGlinn's ruling out there, and we'll see what it does. The state was ready for this by their appeal. They got the word and they sprang in the action. I thought it was comical that he drew on a Friday afternoon. What am I drinking? Gentleman Jack. I am celebrating. And it's since yesterday, but sure. Actually since Tuesday. But life is good, guys. Life's okay. Let's walk things this week. Trump wins. We have the Senate with 53 plus votes. Then Murkowski and Collins are irrelevant to the discussion about judges. That's important. Butthurt over the Dobbs decision and Kavanaugh and Barnett and Gorsuch and Webb. They need to get over it. We now, the funny thing is, in the last 12, 18, 24 hours, they've been talking about trying to push Sotomayor out because they're terrified. I hope she's as stubborn as RBG and doesn't go, and then she gets ill and Trump gets to replace her. And it also means that if Thomas and Alito want to write their magnum opus in Snopes and then retire and have Trump replace them with the Republicans, God bless. The options of having a 7-2 court, and I don't think whoever, I have some very pointed opinions about who the next Senate leadership be. And it shouldn't be Cornyn for the sellout he gave us a bipartisan gun bill. But you give up, I mean, I don't know how many openings there are in the federal judiciary, but they'll all be filled by May of next year. Lindsey Graham and the other Democrats or Republicans should go on a roll and go after it. Should go after the whole frickin' thing. And we then have the ability to have the judiciary for the next 30 years. 30, if I'm still here, which I doubt, that'll be good. But then, I know Trump appointed about 234 judges, not counting the Supremes, I heard. So I don't know what Biden's done. But, you know, this funny thing about Kamala, I thought Jackson was the dumbest lawyer of the liberal bunch. Kamala will make her look intelligent. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But, back to the decision. 68 pages in 6 weeks. Guys, that's light speed. That is land speed record stuff. Judge McGlinn, and whether or not he was playing politics with, I think St. Stephen, he wrote a decision that's going to make it hard for them to criticize. He took apart a whole bunch of the Beavis panel's arguments, case by case. He was down to reading footnotes. He didn't leave any stone unturned. And what he did is he adopted my theory. Heller said handguns are handguns. Didn't say Derringers, didn't say revolvers, didn't say semi-autos. Said handguns are protected. And he took that approach with semi-autos. Now, we're not arguing about AR-15s. We're talking about semi-automatic. And he lumped pistols, shotguns, and handguns, or rifles together in one lump sum. And that's great. Because that's what we should do. We shouldn't be arguing about AR-15s versus FALs versus HKs. Nope. Semi-auto. Period. The end. Done. And he closed that chapter. Did a lot of things right. There's a couple things I disagree with. But you know what? When we're winning 90%, I'll take the 90%. Let's not let perfect be the enemy of the good. Now, we all knew that when we filed these lawsuits, that was light on the 50 stuff by design. Because an argument just about 50s would take up the whole 25 pages we're allowed for brief. I contend that, we got the magazine stuff, but if you want to argue about magazines, Duncan's been going on for over 10 years. You want to talk about the thousands of pages that have been poured into Duncan? But let's note, FFL Illinois, SADC, Aurora Sportsman's Club, we're the first guys in the nation that I know of to take registration on headlong and win. First guys. We're the first guys in the nation to talk about repair and to not only get the gun ban but parts. I think that's huge. It's absolutely huge. That deserves a toast. We're making headway, and I think there's a way to litigate this stuff that's smart. And there's a way to litigate this stuff that's just splattering, throwing spaghetti on the walls. And I don't advocate for that. The legislature's going into session next week for their veto session. It's going to be interesting to hear what they think about this. They've got their asses handed to them. Now, everybody's disappointed we don't have a freedom movement. understand that. But Judge McGlinn did a prudent thing, because otherwise they'd be running up there. And I think it's kind of funny he did this on a holiday weekend. But anybody right now, and I'm not giving legal advice, but any prosecutor that wants to go out there right now and pinch guys for anything, you think you're gonna have a hard time. So right now, yeah, mags 30 rounds and under, he said are protected. He's unclear about magazines and studs that are over 30 rounds. You know what? I'll take it for the win. 30 is a lot better than 15. It's a lot better than 10. And he used that number across the board. Pistols, rifles, whatever. Good. On Mr. Manning, nobody's going to be shaking to stay on the issue. Yes, we won the court decision, but there's a stay. Ryan, the decision against the entire statute for all of Illinois, not just for any named plaintiffs. No, December 8th, you can't get your guns. But what we're talking about, there'll be some discussions about what we can do to get the guys that have guns that are trapped in purgatory. There's talks about that. You have to figure that out. The problem is that, there are a lot of free riders out there. FFLs aren't supporting the organization, and they've been the guys who've been quarterbacking a lot of this. And they need some support. They need FFLs to step up. NSSF, God love them, shows up, but they ain't been here they've been in this court right from the beginning, but they parachute in and they parachute out. How much at peak? I'd have to go back. So what I do is planning on when I get home is going through, kind of Xing out all the stuff that the judge tossed, and then seeing what it looks like and posting it. I'm not used to doing this off a pad, so let's see. Lois, yeah, the chief judge may have a hand, and we'll see. I would like Sykes to put a thumb on the scale and say, yeah, you're done, Frank. So the bigger thing is I would rather see Jim Jordan start holding hearings on the judicial misconduct that is taking place in the 9th with Duncan, that Van Dyke is called out, and the 4th with the boy out with Bianchi, and then the 7th with Easterbrook. His happy ass in front of the Judiciary Committee and see if there's judicial misconduct. I mean, there's one sentence from Heller. I made the argument bordering on the frivolous that only those arms in existence at the time of the thing are protected. We do not view constitutional rights that way. And that's why I've nicknamed him Frivolous Frank, because he said in Friedman that these things were not in existence at the time of the founding, and therefore they are not protected. To me, he just flipped the bird to the Supreme Court. Actually, he flagrantly. I mean, I would much happier in 2015 if they just would have GVR'd Friedman and said try again, but they did. So right now, Paul Easterbrook up in front of the House Judiciary Committee, see if there's judicial malpractice that warrants impeachment. They've been talking about impeaching Trump, they've been talking about impeaching Thomas, they've been talking about impeaching Alito. You know what? Fuck them. You want to play this game? They have jailed people, destroyed lives, they have done things. I'm a no quarters kind of guy in this go. And I'm going to say this right now, and I'll do a video on this. The Republican leadership of the United States Congress, fuck around and find out. I've given you the trifecta once again. Once again, you have the House, the Senate, and the presidency. If you fuck around, say, oh, we'll get it next time, reward us it. No, we're not Lucy and Charlie Brown. We're done playing that fucking game. We're done. You get one shot at this. You got 18 months of runway starting January to pull your head out of your ass. Reverse that, or all gun bill you guys did in a bipartisan fashion, and give us what we've been asking for. We've stayed here, we've been true, we showed up. It's time to pay Piper. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of defending Republicans, and you guys step on your Mickey at every fucking turn. No. Taking suppressors out of the NFA, done. Trump can repeal the zero tolerance rule right off the get-go. Pack the courts, but guys like Reed O'Connor from down in Texas, and let's get at it. And anything less, we're going to see is you being the light version of the Dems, and we're fucking done with it. Done. So I'm going to get me a cell phone for Donald Trump Jr. I'll be director of the ATF. I'll be director of their gun violence policy office. Watch what we do with that. There are 100 ways to skin this cat and make it work for us. But guys, first off, we're going to get to court. And the Supreme Court ought to grab stuff. So, fuck the drink package. I'm good. But guys, yeah, it's been a stoked week, and I'll do a deep dive into all 168 pages. I'm throwing some of the stuff up on Twitter. He sort of my year's words and shoved it up there. I mean, Easterbrook has to criticize sort of my art. How good is that? He did a masterful job on the whole thing. You guys were asking for stuff. I wanted to let you know. Hadn't been forgetting about it. I was wanting to do some more videos. Life just has a way of getting away. My wife is doing better. She's been rising everybody with her electric scooter this week. But yeah, I will be back at the house the next 24 hours, and we'll go for that. And oh, by the way, I made the ballot for the NRA board elections, so I'm going to be up for election this winter, running for the NRA board, and I'll have a whole nother thing about that. But this is where we are, and thanks for everybody that's been asking. Sorry I've been a little devoid, trying to play catch up with stuff at the club. And everything else. So with that, hey, it's going on 25 minutes. We're going to keep this short. My wife is fine. It's what I just said, guys. My wife is good. Not too much eggnog yet. Still got some jump jack to go. Andre, meet and greet. I'm going to try to figure something out this winter. Can do. I will be at SHOT Show, so we might do an empty meet and greet down there, but I'll try to do something in the western suburbs out by where I live and see what that looks like, and so see what there is. But with that, hey everybody, thank you very much. Decisions 90% rock solid. And everything else. So, no, I didn't pack the crystal ball. I packed a lot of other stuff, not the crystal ball. But we'll do well. So as always, guys, love y'all. Thank you. Like, subscribe, copy, share this thing around. Sorry it took a while to figure out a signal and make this thing work, but as always, frag out.